really strong performance. I think in all aspects, I was really pleased with the individual performances and just the overall team performance. I thought we attacked in a good way, despite not being able to find a goal early, and I think defensively we were outstanding. So very pleased for the group. To have some guys step in, change the structure a little bit, and perform really well. Everybody was up for it, and they deserve the win.
We'll start with Laurel here.
You had mentioned that Lucas kind of gave you that ability to go to a back four. I'm sure rotation and being a little thin at center back maybe factored in, but why tonight? Why did that seem like the game to try the four back?
Mainly just managing the workload. So in looking at how we wanted to go about that, it just felt like the best way to approach this game was with that structure tonight. So it was, not a lot of prep as far as working on some things, but, in the amount of time that we gave them information, I thought the guys did a really good job tonight to look a little bit different, but still try to play the game the same way. So Lucas is part of that, certainly, but we needed to manage some of those minutes, and I think we were able to accomplish that.
And then not to take away from the result tonight, but you guys had the club had made the decision to waive Brett Halsey this week. Yep. You had mentioned that it was a coach's decision as to why he wasn't in the squad Tuesday, but it's not often you see a move like that from a guy that had just played 90 minutes recently and came off the bench against Philadelphia. Is there anything more you can share as to what went into that?
Nothing more. We just felt like this was the right time to make that decision, and we wish Brett the best, and we move forward.
We'll go to Carter.
Pat, on the structure, the new structure you guys had tonight, what about this particular structure that you decided to use was appealing to you to use today?
Managing minutes was appealing, but it's the personnel that you have in looking at Toronto. What were some things that we thought could be an advantage within that structure? So, I wouldn't get too caught up in it. Each game there's little adjustments, whether it's a 3-back, whether it's a 4-back, whether you're building with your outside backs low, high, all these things. The game is always changing, and it always looks different. So it's trying to find advantages and with the personnel that you have, and that was the situation we were in.
And to follow quickly up on that, is this something that you saw tonight that you might think about using moving forward, even if the circumstances aren't quite the same?
It just depends. You're not going to always go up against the same structure for the opponent. So what makes sense with the personnel you had, like I said, and I think the shape of our group gave us some answers as to how players fit into it and how we attack, how we defend, all of these things. But we've thought about this for quite some time. This was a moment where we felt we could look a little different.
To ask further about how the game actually played out, Federico Bernardeschi is obviously a very strong player for them, and it felt like for the large majority of the game you guys were able to shut him down pretty effectively.
Yep.
How important was it to shut him down, and how were you able to accomplish that tonight?
I mean, he's as dangerous as it gets with what he's capable of on the ball, from an individual, beating a defender to how he gets his teammates involved closer to goal. When he gets it on his left, obviously his ability to find his shot is elite. In-swinging crosses from the right side are so difficult for defenders and for your goalkeeper to be able to manage. So we try to do our best to take him off the ball as much as possible, or if he was on the ball, further from goal. And I think Lucas, teenage in the first half, and then DeAndre and Miles, and just at the end there, Gilberto. I thought all of the defenders that were tasked with trying to take away a key piece for them did a really good job tonight.
We'll go to Jeff, and then Jose, and then Antonio.
Pat, I know you had the Tigres match during the week, but with the 4-1 loss against Philadelphia, was there anything that you wanted to see from your team after that performance?
A response and consistency in our play. I don't think we were strong in Philly, and if we want to be a top team, there's got to be more consistency in game to game how we perform, and hopefully that's a one-off. But in this league and against difficult teams and difficult matchups, these things happen. But if we want to be a top team, like I said, that can't be a part of our group, those performances. So the Tigres match was a much better performance. The result always isn't going to be what you like, but you can observe with your eyes what the game looks like and how your players perform, and they were up for that, and I think they did a good job in that game, and then followed it up with a really good performance tonight. So hopefully we can take some of what we've seen from the last two games into this second leg against Tigres and perform well again.
Go to Jose here.
Buenas noches, profe. José Galvez para Contragolpe TV. Hoy se cumple en casa, se logra un resultado importante que genera tranquilidad para emprender ese viaje a México y soñar con la clasificación.
Yeah, an important result tonight to bring some calmness and consistency ahead of the second leg in Tigres. How does that make you feel going into that leg?
It's always nice to go into, difficult games with a good feeling, with, momentum, if you will. I think tonight was important to build off of the first leg, like I said, despite the result. And we did a really good job tonight. The guys did a really good job of putting together a strong performance, and we know how difficult it's going to be on Tuesday. So need a good couple days of recovery. We need a good couple days of preparation, and the right approach and confidence to go into to Monterrey and try to beat a difficult Tigres team.
We'll go to Antonio here.
Coach, congratulations on the victory tonight. Great performance overall. We kept possession all game long, and also defensively we kept a clean sheet. So, and also with new players, we started with a different lineup tonight. Do you think that's everybody knows now exactly what they want to do? Is that what you see from the players moving forward?
Yeah, you're always trying to set a new standard or maintain a good standard, and tonight looked like what should be a standard for our group. You mentioned the new players. I think guys stepped in and really took their minutes well tonight. Brian, I thought, was excellent in the middle of the field. Corey had a solid game. Luca's first real push of minutes, and lively at times. I think he's still getting his legs and he's still getting his sharpness back. Alvis did a really good job on that right side. So you need the depth to be able to get through tough moments like this as far as the schedule, and guys performed in a really good way. So possession is, I think that was the first comment. It's a number that it's good if you know how to utilize your passing and create advantages to eventually attack the goal. That's our goal. It's not how many passes we get, it's how efficient we are with moving the ball up the field. And Toronto was defending in a very compact way. They were deeper. So yes, you're going to have more time on the ball or more rotation, but eventually how do we find ways to play through them, play around them? And it took a while, but we were able to break through there in the second half. So it's nice to have the ball, but what do you do with it? And so that part I was pretty pleased with, because I think we created some good chances.
Thank you.
Sure.
We go one last one from Laura and we'll wrap up.
I'm just wondering if Kevin is your penalty kick taker now. Is that a tough decision between him and maybe Evander? Or
we got a lot of guys that can take a penalty. In this moment, it was Kevin.
Pat, thank you very much.
Thank you.